Hailing from beyond the known realms of space, the Yuuzhan Vong embarked on a devastating invasion that challenged trillions of people in the entire galaxy. But what drive an ancient civilization to abandon its own galaxy, traverse the void of space, and wage a relentless war against major territories and people? The Yuuzhan Vong, a name that later echoed with dread across the galaxy, hailed from a realm beyond the common galactic borders. Originating from the distant and mysterious extragalactic spaces, they embarked on a journey fraught with devastation and conquest. The roots of this enigma lie within the cultural and religious fabric of the Yuuzhan Vong, revering pain and sacrifice as core tenets of their belief system. They also viewed mechanical technology as an abomination, a stark contrast to the galaxy's reliance on technical advancements. This profound disdain for machines, coupled with their veneration of organic technology, helped set the stage for their inevitable clash with the galaxy's inhabitants. Moreover, their society was structured around a caste system, with each caste dedicated to serving the will of their gods through various means, including warfare. The warrior caste, in particular, held a pivotal role in propagating the belief that through conquest and suffering, they could attain a higher purpose, pleasing their gods and securing their place in the cosmic order. After all, the Yuuzhan Vong felt that nothing could be learned unless it was purchased with pain. The decision to invade the galaxy was not merely a conquest for domination, but a pilgrimage, a crusade to purge the galaxy from its technological sins and to spread the divine will of their gods. This sacred mission propelled the Yuuzhan Vong across the void, bringing them to the doorstep of a galaxy unprepared for a visit by a civilization unbound by the Force, and thus invisible to the Jedi's power. As the galaxy stood on the precipice of the unknown, the Yuuzhan Vong invasion began in earnest, making the dawn of one of, if not the most brutal time period in galactic history. This was not just a war of mere territorial acquisition or political dominion. It was a campaign of transformation, aimed at reshaping the very essence of the galaxy in the image of the Yuuzhan Vong's cultural ideals. The invasion strategy of the Yuuzhan Vong was as unconventional as their absence from the Force. Utilizing organic ships that blurred the lines between vessel and creature, they carved a path of destruction across the stars, their technology confounding the galaxy's defenders at almost every turn. Worlds fell not only to the might of their warriors, but to the terraforming horrors that shaped planets into reflections of the Yuuzhan Vong's homeworld. One of the core planets that was affected by this devastation was Coruscant, which was almost brought down to complete ruins. Central to their strategy was the use of living biotechnological weapons and tools, ranging from coral skippers that danced through space with unnerving agility to semi-living world ships that housed their civilization as they traversed from world to world. This biotechnology was not only a proof of their mastery over life, but also a symbolic rejection of the mechanical. The galactic response was fragmented and grew even more desperate with every trillion beings that were massacred. The New Republic, unprepared for an adversary invisible to the Force and impervious to conventional tactics, found itself on the defensive, struggling to unite a galaxy divided by internal strife and political dissension. Heroes rose and fell, and alliances were forged in the crucible of war as the galaxy grappled with the existential threat posed by the Yuuzhan Vong. The tide of the war flowed with the ferocity of the Yuuzhan Vong, matched only by the resilience and ingenuity of the galaxy's inhabitants. As the conflict raged on, it became a war of attrition and adaptation, with both sides seeking to outmaneuver and outthink the other. Amidst the devastation, the role of the Jedi evolved significantly. No longer just guardians of peace and justice in the traditional sense, they became guerrilla fighters, intelligence operatives, and symbols of resistance against the overwhelming might of the Vong. Early on and throughout the fight, the Vong had a significant dislike for the Jedi in particular, and they recognized their extreme danger. However, despite their best efforts to swiftly eradicate the Jedi's adaptability and willingness to embrace new roles and tactics were instrumental in galvanizing the galaxy's defenses, leading to key victories that slowly turned the tide of the war. The Yuuzhan Vong eventually lost their fight for galactic conquest and agreed to surrender. Some of them helped rebuild the worlds they had destroyed, including Coruscant, while other survivors retreated to their homeworld before vanishing into the unknown regions. The impact of the Yuuzhan Vong would echo in the words of many for decades after the invasion, leaving a mark on the galaxy that was never forgotten. Thank you so much for listening through this lore story, and with that, never forget, the Force is always with you.